I want to show you how to change your furnace draft inducer. Now this one's pretty easy. It's a Goodman model, and they're pretty easy to change. But let's get started. We're just going to remove our tubes that make our vacuum to pull in our switches. Just pull those off. Next thing, we'll unplug the electrical plugs here. Hopefully your inducer is an exact replacement. If not, you're going to have to cut your wires and wire them together. This is, at this point, just getting the screws that hold the inducer in out. There's one down here I already took out. There's a hose clamp up here that I already loosened up. Okay, I'm almost ready to pull this out. And this one you can hear how that's a mad inducer. It kind of grinds a little bit. And I'll pull this one out of here. Okay, there's that one's out. We have a new one here. You can see how nice that one spins. Doesn't make any noise. Okay, these have a real nice sealing. They seal really nice. So you usually don't have problems with these sealing up. Now, if you have an inducer that you don't have the gasket for it, or there's another tube that goes into your box here, you can just use some high temperature silicone to make a gasket to make that work. And so don't worry if your gaskets aren't good. High temperature red silicone does pretty darn good. So we're making good progress here. We just need to put our screws back in. Okay, so far so good. And we're doing this in real time. We're not, I'm not shutting the camera off for you or anything like that. You don't want to put all the screws, tighten them down until you get all the bolts started. Okay, I'm happy with the way that's sitting in there. So we can go ahead and tighten those down. I'm just using nut drivers here, but if you have a little socket set, 4-inch socket set, that will also work too. For some of them. This one here, you might need a nut driver. It's pretty close to the casing on the draft inducer. So we're still on real time. Like I said, don't forget if your gaskets aren't good or it's not sealing, red Permatex, high temperature. You can actually make gaskets from it. That's the way to get through that. Okay, we're all hooked up there. We're going to put our hoses back on. Make sure you take your time and make sure everything gets back where it goes. We're going to plug our wires in. Like I said, if you're not an exact match, you can cut these and wire on them if you have to. Especially if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can do anything you want. We're going to tighten our clamp up. That goes into our vent, which gets rid of the exhaust gases. we have to hook the ground up and apply it and lose the screw for that. Okay, everything's still in real time. But if it takes you a little longer, that's okay. These Goodmans are real easy to change. And they are cheap. I believe these are under $100. Okay. We have our new draft inducer in. And I can see all the hoses are hooked up. Power. Let's see if it'll fire for us. Okay, it looks good. Our inducer came on, it's firing up. We're going to get an igniter real soon here. Get our flame going. Okay. You should never shut your furnace off by the switch. You should let it run through the cycle, and I'm sorry for that, but... Alright folks, real time was like 7 minutes. Change that out. You don't have to do it like that. Take your time. But that's how you change a furnace draft inducer, especially a Goodman model. It's a relatively newer furnace, probably about 7 years old. The old one had a shaded pull motor. The new one does too. So good luck with your draft inducer change if you ever have to do it.